Hello, my name is Marta Rueda. I am a prevention specialist with SCAN's Futuros Maravillosos YPS Maverick program, and I will be providing for you today a presentation on underage drinking. What is alcohol? Alcohol is classed as a sedative hypnotic drug, which means it acts to depress the central nervous system at high doses. Alcohol is the drug of choice among kids. Many young people are experiencing the consequences of drinking too much at an early age. Where does alcohol come from? The alcohol in drinks is called ethanol, an intoxicating ingredient found in beer, wine, and liquor. Beer is brewed and fermented from malted cereal grain. Rum is distilled from sugar cane products such as molasses or sugar cane juice. Tequila is a Mexican liquor distilled from blue agave. Vodka is distilled from a mash of potatoes, rye, or wheat. Whiskey is distilled from a mash of grain such as rye, corn, or barley. Any material that contains sugars or starches could be used as a starting point for fermentation to produce alcohol. Peer pressure is a direct influence on people by peers. Peers play a role in social and emotional development of children and adolescents. Who are your peers? Your friends. Your peers are people your age or close to it who have experiences and interests similar to yours. However, peers can also have a negative influence. They can encourage each other to skip classes, steal, cheat, use drugs or alcohol, or become involved in other risky behaviors. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. There's no magic to standing up to peer pressure, but it does take courage. Yours, your courage. Nearly everyone ends up in a sticky peer pressure situation at some point, including adults. But some situations you have the opportunity to figure out what is right for you. Here are some pointers on how to handle peer pressure. Listen to your gut. If you feel uncomfortable or even if your friends seem okay, but you feel that is wrong, go with your gut feeling. Arrange a bailout, a phrase you can use with your parents or a trusted friend or a guardian to pick you up when you're feeling uncomfortable. Learn to feel comfortable saying no. Hang out with friends who feel the same way you do. Having one person stand with you against peer pressure makes it much easier. It is not always easy to resist negative peer pressure, but when you do it, it is easy to feel good afterwards. It takes practice and a lot of courage, but it is possible. Underage drinking. Underage drinking is a serious problem in the United States. In the United States, consuming alcohol under the age 21 is considered underage drinking and is strictly against the law. It is a dangerous behavior that can lead to tragic accidents and multitude of health problems. Underage drinking causes thousands of car accidents, arrests, hospital visits, and premature deaths. Effects. Every person is different. The effects of alcohol vary from person to person. The effects of alcohol can range from mild, such as skin flushing, to more severe symptoms such as passing out or vomiting. Although a person may not be abusing alcohol regularly, they still can experience its short-term effects on the mind and the body. Some short-term effects can consist of loss of coordination, mood swings, raised blood pressure, passing out, vomiting, and trouble concentrating. Drinking over time can cause chronic physical and mental health issues. Some long-term effects caused by heavy drinking can contribute to alcohol hepatitis, memory loss, stroke, liver fibrosis, irregular heartbeat, cancer in the mouth, esophagus, or breast cancer. What is blood alcohol content levels? BAC. BAC levels refers to the percent of alcohol in a person's bloodstream. Factors that determine BAC will be the number of standard drinks, the amount of time in which drinks are consumed, body weight, medications if taking any. A person's liver can process about 1 standard drink an hour. After a drink is swallowed, the alcohol is rapidly absorbed into the blood, through the stomach, and through the small intestine. A 12 fluid ounces of regular beer, it approximately is 5% alcohol. A 8 to 9 fluid ounces of malt liquor equals to about 7% alcohol. A 5 fluid ounces of table wine equals to about 12% alcohol. A 1.5 fluid ounces of 80% proof distilled spirits known as shots, like vodka, rum, gin, tequila, or whiskey equals to about 40% alcohol. Depending on your BAC, you can experience side effects that range from minor complications to more severe ones. Consequences and risk. Teens are at a stage of development where they want to be more independent. This means that they're pushing their limits and trying new experiences. Most teens, by design, don't fully think about consequences of what they're doing. They're more likely to take risks, seek thrills, and participate in risky behaviors. Because it leads to risky behavior, including thrill-seeking, drunk driving, and other reckless behaviors, thousands of young people are injured or killed each year as a result of underage drinking. Teens under the influence of alcohol face a higher risk of serious injury from falls, drowning, and other accidents. They are always more likely to commit suicide and to commit violent crimes, and they are more likely to be the victim of a violent crime. When teens drink, they may also significantly increase their likelihood of engaging in other unsafe behaviors. They increase their risk of sexual assault, sex with multiple partners, unplanned pregnancies, and contraction of sexually transmitted diseases. Social drinking. Social drinking is casual alcohol consumption in a social setting, such as a bar or restaurant. It commonly occurs on special occasions. Many people tend to feel relaxed when drinking socially. Engaging in the activity multiple times a week could give way to heavy drinking. History of social drinking. For thousands of years, alcohol and socializing have gone hand in hand. In ancient Greek, Socrates would offer wine to philosophers during gatherings. During Oktoberfest, crowds engage in beer drinking and celebration. Social drinking situations. The purpose of many drinking events, such as happy hours, is to foster social bonding, like in weddings. Alcohol often plays an important role at weddings. Loved ones may raise a glass of wine or champagne to toast the bride and groom. During the reception, guests gather in groups at the bar and socialize for hours, or even in sporting events. Alcohol is everywhere, before and during professional sporting events. Tailgating allows fans to grill food, drink alcohol, and socialize in the parking lot in preparation for a game. Also in company events. Many employers host functions that include alcohol, such as business luncheons, holiday parties, or happy hours held at restaurants. The wide availability of alcohol has contributed to its use during many special occasions, like at birthday celebrations, certain holidays such as St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Halloween, Christmas, family gatherings. Why people drink in social situations. People drink socially for a variety of reasons. Alcohol helps some people take the edge off in social situations. Others just want to fit in. Individuals who experience stress in social situations rely on alcohol to loosen up. Another reason why individuals turn to alcohol is before an evening out with friends. Why? Due to the improvement of the mood, it reduces self-consciousness and it enhances the social skills. Binge drinking. Binge drinking is considered high-risk drinking. It's drinking to get drunk, usually defined as 5 or more drinks at one time for men or 4 or more drinks at one time for women in about 2 hours or less. Binge drinking one night a week is much worse for your body than consuming one serving of alcohol daily. When teens consume more than one drink per hour, their livers can't process the toxins quickly enough and the risk of alcohol poisoning skyrockets. Binge drinking can also cause alcohol poisoning and even death by often choking on vomit, which leads to asphyxiation, a lack of oxygen that causes suffocation. Overall, 2,200 Americans die from alcohol poisoning each year. What is a hangover? A hangover describes the sum of unpleasant psychological effects following heavy consumption of alcohol beverages. Hangover symptoms typically begin when your BAC drops significantly and is at or near zero. They are usually in full effect the morning after a night of heavy drinking. You may notice fatigue, excessive thirst, headaches, nausea, vomiting, sensitivity to light and sound, dizziness, shakiness, or rapid heartbeat. Ever wonder why we get hangovers and what makes them worse? drinking too much alcohol. Consume multiple drinks in a short amount of time. Dehydration. The more water we lose, the more dehydrated we get. Reduction in vitamin B. Without vitamin B, we feel fatigued and tired. Not eating before drinking. Drinking on an empty stomach. Mixing. Avoid alternating the types of alcohol you consume. Statistics. Underage drinking statistics tell the story of Americans' battle with alcoholism. Approximately 1 out of every 10 alcoholic drinks in the U.S. is consumed illegally, despite 21 being the legal drinking age. How do teenagers obtain alcohol? Among underage drinkers, 40% usually obtain alcohol by someone giving it to them. 35% receive it from an unrelated person over the age 21. 53% receive it from family and friends. 5,000 approximately number of people die of alcohol-related deaths each year. 189,000 ER visits in 2010 involved alcohol use in people under 21. 29% of 12th graders who engage in binge drinking. 14 is the average age that people first try alcohol. 11% of all alcohol in the U.S. is consumed by people aged 12 to 20. What is zero tolerance? It is illegal for people under the age 21 to purchase and possess alcohol in all 50 states, plus the District of Columbia. And while driving under the influence of alcohol is illegal for all motorists, all 50 states have so-called zero tolerance laws for underage DUI offenses, which is the first offense. The first offense is a Class C misdemeanor, a fine up to $500. Alcohol awareness classes, 20 to 40 hours of community service, 60 days driver's license suspension. The second offense is a Class C misdemeanor, also punishable up to $500 fine. Alcohol awareness classes, depending on the judge's discretion of how many hours to put in. 40 to 60 hours of mandatory community service and 120 days driver's license suspension. The third offense, it is not eligible for deferred adjudication. The minor's driver's license is suspended for 180 days, and an occupational license may not be obtained for the entire suspension. If the minor is 17 years of age or older, the fine increases to $500 and $2,000 confinement in jail for up to 180 days or both. Why have zero tolerance laws? Nearly 1/3 of all deaths of 15 to 20 years old are the result of a motor vehicle crash, and about 35% of those fatalities are alcohol related. While underage drinking at even low levels presents a greater risk of fatalities. Underage drinking and driving, DUI offenses, can have long-ranging implications that reach forward into a young driver's future. An early drunk conviction can have effect on unemployment background checks as well as car insurance coverages. Another law you, an adult, may commit is in serving, selling alcohol to a minor. Which law is it? The TABC law. The Texas Alcoholic Beverages Commission believes that trained sellers, servers, and managers are more equipped to review sales of alcoholic beverages to minors, intoxicated individuals, and non-members of a private club. Minors who are intoxicated in public or misrepresent their age to obtain alcoholic beverages face the following: Class C misdemeanor, a fine up to $500, alcohol awareness classes, 8 to 40 hours of community service, 30 to 180 days of loss or denial of driver's license. The legal drinking age in all states is 21. Penalties for providing alcohol to a minor adults and minors who give alcohol to a minor also face a stiff penalty. Alcoholic beverages available to a minor is a Class A misdemeanor, punishable by a fine up to $4,000, even confinement in jail up to a year or both. Adults are the role models to younger children. So adults, parents, and guardians, if you choose to drink, model responsible drinking behavior. Sometimes we intentionally send kids the message that we need alcohol to cope with problems or have a good time. Try to model health behavior, find ways to celebrate without alcohol. Be involved in your child's life. Get to know their friends. Parents who host lose the most. You probably see and hear a lot about alcohol from TV, movies, music, and your friends. But what are the real facts about underage alcohol use? But first, what is a myth? A myth is an unproved or false collective belief that is issued to justify a social institution. But what is a fact? A fact is something that actually exists, the truth. Some common myths and sobering facts are: myth. Alcohol isn't as harmful as other drugs. The fact is, alcohol increases your risk for many deadly diseases such as cancer. Drinking too much alcohol too quickly can lead to alcohol poisoning, which can kill you. Another myth will be drinking is a good way to loosen up at parties. The fact is, drinking is a dumb way to loosen up. It can make you act silly, say things you shouldn't say, and do things you wouldn't normally do. Another myth is all the kids drink alcohol, I need to drink to fit in. The fact is, if you really want to fit in, stay sober. Most young people don't drink alcohol. Research shows that more than 70% of youth aged 12 to 20 haven't had a drink in the past month. Myth: drinking alcohol will make me cool. There's nothing cool about stumbling around, passing out, or puking on yourself. Drinking alcohol also can cause bad breath and weight gain. Another myth: adults drink, so kids should be able to drink too. The fact is, a young person's brain and body are still growing. Drinking alcohol can cause learning problems or lead to adult alcoholism. People who begin drinking before age 15 are 5 times more likely to abuse or become dependent on alcohol than those who begin drinking after age 21. How do I know it's okay to drink? According to the 2015 and 2020 dietary guidelines for Americans, some people should not drink alcoholic beverages at all, including anyone younger than age 21, women who are or may be pregnant, people who are driving, planning to drive, people taking certain prescription or OTC over-the-counter medications that can interact with alcohol, people with certain medical conditions, people who are recovering from alcoholism or unable to control the amount they drink. What does it mean to get drunk? Getting drunk or intoxicated is the result of consuming excessive amounts of alcohol. Alcohol intoxication can be harmful for a variety of reasons: poor judgment, loss of balance, motor skills, and slurred speech. Is it safe to drink alcohol and drive? What do you all think the answer is? If you were thinking no, you are correct. Alcohol use slows reaction time and impairs judgment and coordination, which are skills needed to drive a car safely. Why is alcohol attractive to teens? As children mature, it is natural for them to assert their independence, seek new challenges, and take new risks. Many teens want to try alcohol, but often do not fully recognize its negative effects on their health and behavior. What is alcoholism? Alcohol addiction develops as a person becomes no longer able to stop drinking despite trying to experience emotional distress when not drinking, and continues to drink no matter the negative ramifications. Did you drink when you were a kid? This question is asked to a parent, guardian, or an adult by a teenager. I will be answering this question with a personal experience. My personal experience. Yes, I did drink at age 16 years old. My father was very abusive to my mother, so I found alcohol as an escape. I was thankful to have a very supportive friend that helped me get out of my funk. My grades in school were going down drastically. I acknowledged that it was very, very risky. I almost didn't graduate high school until my best friend helped me open my eyes and made me realize the damage I was doing to my own body. So be sure to make the smart decision and say no. I almost lost the opportunity to walk with my senior class on graduation. Long story short, I graduated high school and I now have my bachelor's degree in business. So please, make smart choices. How do I know if I have a drinking problem? Drinking is a problem if it causes trouble in your relationships, in school, in social activities, or in how you think and feel. The stress of a teenage life also play a role in alcohol use. Teens may drink to cope with trouble at home, failing grades, anxiety, and stress from new responsibilities. While some teens drink alcohol for fun, others view it as an escape from their problems. Using alcohol to relieve stress may increase a teen's risk of developing alcohol problems. It is okay to say no. It can be a very complex challenge, but it can be possible to overcome. I know peers and family also is a heavily influenced teens to drink. Although some teens are brought upon in a family environment where alcohol is seen negatively, many are raised in a household where drinking is seen as a positive, which makes underage drinking more likely. But now that you have all the facts, the choice is yours. Underage drinking affects millions of families each year. Thank you for viewing Scan's Futuros Maravillosos presentation on underage drinking. If you have any more questions about underage drinking, please feel free to reach us at 956-274-3177 or at 210-390-3077 or visit Scan's website at www.scan-inc.org. Thank you for your participation.